Hi everyone, it's Roseanne from Roseanne's Crafting Corner. You probably noticed on my profile I'm actually called Roslyn, but some people shorten my name to Ros and I absolutely hate it. So I've changed my name for here specifically to Roseanne. Okay, I'm here today doing a craft. Now I did one the other day with a brand new mould and for some unknown reason I actually lost the footage as I was producing it. So I'm going to do it again. And here is the mould that I'm talking about. I've already mixed my resin, so all I need to do now is put some colour in it. Now then, my colours, I did the last one in blues and greens, so this one I might do in, I think I'll do in different colours. Right, I'll use the purple and where are we? Now I used orange on the cogs. Well, I used copper on the cogs, so I might do a bit of silver on the cogs this time. Magical purple, no, I don't want that one. Violet, silver white. It might do for the cogs, but I'd rather use a silver or silver grey. That'll do for the cogs. Now then, I need another colour for the body and a colour for the flower. Now I did the flower in an orange. My little dog's decided to have whinge. Everywhere. What are you whinging for, Lily? Eh? What you whinging for? And I'll need a brush to put them on with. Now, a decent brush this time because I didn't use a very good brush last time. I think that'll be better. It was too small last time, so right, so red for the flower, purple for some of the body, silver for the cogs, and gold, purple and gold. Right, let's see how we get on with those colours. Now I'll switch you off while I'm doing the colours, because you've seen colours put on moulds before, so I'll switch you off for now and I'll see you in a bit. Right guys, I've coloured in all my mould. All I need to do now is put some black in the resin so I can back it with the black. I found it is the best colour. It seems to have warmed up quite nicely. I'm not going to leave it till it goes up to between 30 and 40 because yesterday I had so much left. It ended up treacly and I was very lucky to be able to pour it out. Now then, I need the black. So I know I'm going to need some ink because the black powder doesn't really cover enough. So if I can find it, coffee. I didn't leave it lying around, did I? No, I did not. Now then. That was easier than this to find yesterday. There we go, there's the black. This is just a stand for makeup, which comes in handy for your inks. And you can see at a glance what the colours are, if you know what you're looking for. Right, I need to get the black powder out. Right, where are we? That shouldn't be far away either. There's the black, that was easier. Right, a few drops of this. About 6 I've put in. And a nice scoopful of this, but I'll just tip it in. That should do nicely. Right, I better bring you down so you can see what I'm doing again. Right, there's my mould, and here's my resin ready to stir. I hope you're all having a good day. I've got to make sure I don't lose this footage this time, because it's a bit frustrating when you've done a good job and at the end of the day you lose it all. It's very frustrating, and I'm sure a lot of you have done the very same thing. So here we are. Let's see. Make sure it's mixed in well. Now that doesn't look very good at all, so I better put some more black in. Now then, where have I put the black? Don't tell me I've put it back in the box. Oh dear. I think I'll put it back in the box. Have I? Silver, gold, purple. No, I don't see it around, so it's got to be in here. Charcoal, olive, pink, blue. Right. I'm actually putting a different colour in because I can't find the black. What have I done with it? Oh well, still a dark colour, still it's a dark brown, so it doesn't really matter as long as it's dark. Don't want to get my finger ends in here. looks fine. Oh, I've just found the black. It was hiding behind one of the legs of the tripod. Never mind, it's too late now. Right, so I've left the eyes, so they should go black, and I've left the tips of the toes, so, well, black, very dark brown I should say. Here we go. Fingers crossed everything goes as planned this time. My very unsteady hands are ridiculous. And again, I'm going to have quite a bit left, so I'll be able to use it in something else. I have to get one of my little pointy sticks. To get it into the feet. Help it flow. That's better. Getting there. Now when I made the last one, I also filled up a little mould of teddies, and I thought about the game jacks that we used to play as children with the metal shapes and the bouncy ball. And I thought, I wonder if I can utilise these little teddy bears to do a similar thing. And instead of just picking up 1, 2, 3 and so on and so forth, I thought, well, each one could represent a number, like the black could represent number 10. So if you picked up the black one, you scored 10 points. So if you have maybe 3 goes to build up your score, and see who wins from that. I don't know what you think of the idea. I would love to know your thoughts on it. But it just brings an old game back to life. So if you would like to comment on that, please do. I would love to hear from you. Right. A little bit more everywhere. Try not to make it overflow. The concentration makes you grunt sometimes because you hold your breath. Try not to do that. I don't want to hear people grunt either. But it happens. Oopsie-daisy. Overfill, overfill. Take it down there. Move it about. A little bit in this one.
Gosh, I am holding my breath, I've just noticed. Terrible. Oh dear. Now then, a little bit more in this foot. And I don't want to get any on my dress because it's a brand new dress from Temu. I just couldn't be bothered to change. Now, last time I wore something new, I wore a nice pair of trousers and I got my arm in the resin as I was leaning over and didn't realise. And of course, when my arm went down, it went all over my trousers. So I definitely don't want to do that again. And they're nice trousers, so I'm not going to throw them out. I'm going to see about getting some patches, the iron-on patches, and put a few patches over my trousers so it gives them a new lease of life. Trying to build up as best I can so that I don't end up with ridges all the way around it to have to scrape off and peel off. But it's going better than the other day, so and at least I know, because I've already done one, that even though the colour doesn't really show up when you put it on, it does show up when it's cured. Now that's right up to the edge, and they've got a bit of a dome, and I don't want part domed and part not, so I will try to move it a little if I can. Bit in that foot. Now I know that this table is perfectly level, so I shouldn't have a problem with things going to one side. So it's possibly the mould leans a little bit. Whether it's stronger one side than it is the other. But I will put a stick or something in it. It's just that there. Right, so I'll put a stick under there, which takes it over the other side. Too big a stick. Now then, try putting one of these under. Just that end. No, that's not going to work because it's not actually there, is it? Right, build it up a bit. Now I've got to get all the bubbles out before I do anything else, because we don't want bubbles, do we? I know some bubbles are unavoidable, but you try your best not to let the bubbles take over your projects. and I'm just dabbing it in rather than rubbing it round because I don't want to disturb the mica colours. There's one there. You just hope that when you prod it in, the bubbles stick to your tool and you can bring them up to the surface. And then you can burst them with either the isopropanol, or rather than use that, you can use one of your heat tools. But never use your torch after you've used alcohol because it'll set on fire. Always have to remember that. It's so easy to forget sometimes when you're busy. It's not good. I've seen a few people do that. Not mentioning any names, of course. Gosh, this foot's got the most bubbles in than anywhere else. Excuse me, I seem to have got the sniffles all of a sudden. Right, so I'll give it a spray and hopefully that'll bring them up to the surface. Now then, I need to try and scrape what I can away from the sides. So I'll use this tool, which is a bit of a silicone spatula, if you'd like to call it that. They're very handy. I did put a picture on a little short feed to show my other frog and explain my disaster. Quite a lot of people have watched that. More people have watched that than any of my other vlogs. So I was quite surprised. Quite surprised. If there's any more left over, I'm just going to have to cut it off when the time comes. So I'm going to put this to one side. Oh, I've just found another bubble right there. Push that over there. There's another bubble. I'll just have to keep an eye on it for a while because the bubbles sometimes take a while to come up to the surface. So I'll just put that there. Now then, where's my little teddy mould? Here we are. There we are. And I'll make some more of the little teddies ready for the game of choice. Have I got a hair stuck to my glove? I have. I think I've taken my gloves off now. I don't think I need them on anymore. Right. Now I could do some brown hearts. I don't have to just do these. This mould's got the holographic on it, so I'll do 2 of those. You can still see what I'm doing. That's good. Oops. Try to pour a little bit too fast there. Tiny little bit more in that one because it has domed the other one, so we want them both exactly the same. I'll just go around the edge, make sure there's no bubbles clinging to the edge, and just a tiny bit more in there. A little dabble, do you? Now, where have I heard that one from? A little dabble, do you? Was it Soap Suds advert or something like that from the past? A little dabble, do you? I can't remember. If anybody can remember, let me know. Right, what I think I'll do with this one, the same as I did yesterday, because the resin was going so thick, I ended up just pouring it over. It's one way of getting rid of your resin. And it's still dripping down the back there. And it looks as if I'm going to get a full pot again. And maybe something else. We'll see. Get rid of that. Now then, I need to move it along. Of course I'm getting resin all over my fingers, but never mind. I soon get them clean. And when I've done this, I'm going to have a play with my little dog, because she'll be feeling left out. And when this is all dry, I'll come back to you with the reveal. Now we need some more in it. because today I'm wearing all my Timu gear. My hat, my flamingo earrings, which I will show you. Flamingo earrings, and my dress. Right, back down. New stick. I need some new spatulas because I used my biggest one the other day, and as I was pulling the resin along, the end fell off. Typical. Absolutely typical. I hope everybody's having a good day today. Again, with me, it's raining. So I got her out this morning just right. I'm glad I managed to get her out for a morning walk. And hopefully later on, it might shine down for us again. With a bit of luck. Right, they all look reasonably full. And I'll leave you. Go and have a cup of tea. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I'm back to do the demold, so I hope you're all ready. Here we go. I'll just put you down. I've got a lot of things to demold. Right. First of all, take these off there, and I'm hoping, because after I finished with the frog and everything, I thought I'd give it a try with the coloured UV resin. Now, they weren't actually cured on the back, and that one's not gone very well. They were the two that weren't done on the back. There's another one that needs filling up, and that one looks as if it's leaked everywhere. So that was a bit of a failure. You'd think with them doing the coloured UV resin that they'd have tested it to see if it would cure. So I'm going to have to try and fill them back up with the stuff that was left over. Because I was looking forward to doing these. And put them under the UV light again. Nothing bad. What I'll have to do is put a thin coat of clear first and cure that, and then go in with the coloured.
So definitely a bit of a failure, that one. But I'm sure I can rectify that. I'm sure. Right, I'll put them over there and get down to the important stuff. Right, everybody's waiting for the frog demold. There will be a lot of overhang to clip off. I just hope that the colour has turned out okay. Here we go. Fingers crossed, everybody. I got some new resin, came yesterday from Amazon, and I've put in a 2-monthly order so that I'm getting it regular and I don't run out. And then I can get down to business doing all the things that I enjoy doing, which will be good. It's coming out reasonably well. Right, put that to one side. Right, is everybody ready? 3, 2, 1. Now, what do you think about that? Do you think I've done a good job? Nice pretty colours, so I'm very pleased with that. And I also did some holographic hearts with what was left. I think they've turned out quite well. Have I got that on the right side? I hope so. Oops. Let's have a look. Put some light on the subject. Yeah, they've turned out quite nice. There's a few little bits. I mean, there's a bit of a dent on the back where there must have been a bubble, but that one seems okay on the back, so I can certainly put a little bit of UV in there to fill it up, and all the little teddies I did as well. Well, they've turned out quite nicely. Yes. And like I say, I'm going to make packs of Teddy Jacks. See if girls can get back into the games that we used to play before there was computers. You never know. You might find that girls get back to playing proper games. I played with dolls till I was about 13-year-old. I was a little country girl, living about 13 miles from a town, and I lived on the borders near Berwick-upon-Tweed. So, brought up with old-fashioned values. You certainly didn't cheek your elders when I was little. You wouldn't have dared, because your parents would have found out. And they wouldn't have been very happy with you at all. So I'm calling this
with the frog, quite a success. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any comments on what I can do with anything I make, or a suggestion on something that I could make, please feel free to send me a text, or should I say send me a message. And I've got all this extra bits on there, and I'll put them in amongst my other bits that I've collected off other things, and they'll get used in other projects. And I still had a little bit of resin left, and I had this like unicorn, and when I made it, it wasn't a very steady mould, and it fell over and spilled out. I've got to like sand that down on the bottom. So I'd forgotten about it for a while, and with having the excess left, I thought I might as well put it in this. I don't know if I've caught it all, because there might have been some bubbles in it, and with it going hard, there's not a lot you can do about that. Let's see. But it has turned out okay. Little unicorn. This is a bad unicorn because it's black. It's a naughty one. Okay. Hope you all enjoyed watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.